Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here with Brian, Massey's Main Entertainment, Randall Nelson, and Doc as we continue our series looking at individual years of the 1980s. Tonight it's 1982. We're each going to compile a list of our favorite 50 songs of the year. We assign a point system and do a consensus at the end. We've done 80 and 81. Check them out. They're in the description below if you missed around. Tonight's 82. Tonight, Doc, Randy, no, excuse me, Doc, Brian, Randy, and myself. We're each going to go through our top half of our list, the top 25, give you a taste of what was going on in 1982, early MTV year. We were just talking about our ages and ticket prices and so forth back then. Different world, but fun to look back. That's why we do. We're very nostalgic people. We like looking back because looking ahead might not be that much fun. But anyway, folks, let's in. Doc, I'm going to pull your list up here, and you can go through your 25 favorite tunes of 1982. Go.
There we go. I told you. There you go. So, Long Stick Goes Boom, man. It's the from Crocus. I love this tune, man. I'm not a Crocus guy or anything else like this, but this is the ultimate AC/DC sounding song from somebody else, and it sounds fantastic if you want the truth. So, if you don't know it, you like AC/DC, you'll love this tune. Don't know what the song's about. Number 24, Nebraska, Springsteen. I think some will have it higher, some will have it lower. Even if you like a little bit of Springsteen, you know, his storytelling is Bruce, man, and it's it fits somewhere in my top 25 of that year, and right now it's just there how I want to play songs. So he's gonna make my list. Burning Down One Side, man, from Plant. This is a great tune. Plant doing sounding like Zeppelin without Zeppelin. That's what that is, man. And just a rocking song. I've always liked it, still do. I like a couple of the solo things, man, and this is one of them. Allentown from Joel. Yeah, there's a few off this album. So as you can see further on down the list, but cherry picking and placement's one thing, but I think you guys know I like some Billy Joel in my life, so this is a really solid album. So Our House for Madness, man. I had to put it in here, man. I did. It's this isn't my kind of thing in one sense or anything else like that. It's freaking catchy. Liked it back then. I still like it now, man. It's I couldn't tell you anything else they sing. Doesn't matter. It's I like the way the song sounds, and I still do.
Yep.
There's a groove coming there from Bad to the Bone from George right after it. I think Rich has a few that he likes as well. So I think we've seen that through the last few years that we cross paths on some George every once in a while, and this one's gonna make my list. So Southern Cross, again, the storytelling. You know, I go in different ebbs and flows and stuff like this, but Crosby, Stills, Nash, it's to me the best song of the album, and once again, it's in my top 25. Once you get through it and stuff like that, you just figure it out. Jack and Diane from Mellencamp, I think it was a staple that year, man, and I had to show it some love. At one point, it would have been a lot higher if I was doing a list in 82, 10 years ago or something like that. But times change, but still in there. There's Billy showing up again. Pressure, another big hit from that album. And Billy was writing some good stuff, man. That's all I can tell you. Iron Maiden, man, The Number of the Beast. Love this song. And a little heavier, sure. Ebb and flows on what I listen to. Softer, heavier, doesn't matter. I'm still in the rock genre. That's where I'm going to keep it. Caught Up in You, 38 Special. I like a few 38 specials, man, and this one's making my list. Might have been higher at one point for me too, actually, if you want the truth. But Hold On Loosely, Caught Up in You. They have a few that are really catchy, and there it is. There. Gonna give Thriller its due, man. In my eyes, it's not. I wasn't a Thriller guy when it came out. In a lot of senses, just, you know, sure, it was cool. The video was cool. Landis did his thing and stuff like that. But the older I get, man, I think the more respect I have for the, you know, Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that really weren't in my sweet spot. He's a pretty talented dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
No One Like You, Scorpions. What a groove, man. Great. Probably maybe their biggest song, especially at that time. You know, there's other ones. Maybe there's other ones later on that'll pop up, but great rock song from Scorpions, man. There's my love for Rush popping in at number 12, Subdivisions. Wasn't a big fan of the album either when this came out either, because I did not like the switch from Moving Pictures to New World Man and Signals. Learned to like it a lot more over the years, man. And Subdivisions is a really, really good tune, man. And the talent I've talked about before, it's in the band. Cat People putting out fire, man. What a vibe from Bowie on this one, man. This is Bowie being Bowie. That's all I can tell you, man. You like Bowie in the 70s, you'll like this too. That's what I can tell you.
Very good. Top 10 coming up.
Top 10.
As Rich will attest, and you guys already know, I do like some Bob Seger in my life, and Roll Me Away, man, is still catching with me, even in '82. Bob's still got some songs that are really attached to me, and this is one of them. He has a few on this album, but this is right there, man. The dark, seedy song from Phil Collins, man, I Don't Care Anymore. It's what a vibe. Collins, man, we talked about it before, man. Guy's a talent. Really, really good tunes, man. And it's, like I said, it's a dark song, man. Golden Earring. 2 songs I like from those guys, man. Radar Love and this one. This tune rocks, man.
Yeah.
What a beat in that tune, man. That's all I can tell you. Driving bass, and it just goes, man. That's a great tune. Hanley, Dirty Laundry. The lyrics still apply today. What can I tell you? It's it's great storytelling that can be, like I said, you can turn it on right now and you watch it, you listen to it, and you say, yeah, I watched that on the news right now. So
That's right.
it's exactly what that is. Henley's a talent, man. There's the other Billy Joel popping up, man. It's really high on my list of Billy Joel songs that I like, man. Goodnight Saigon. I know it's off the mainstream in some senses, but Billy can tell a story, man. That's what I can tell you. And he's got the skill to do it. You got lucky, Tom Petty, man. You already know we all like Tom Petty at one level or another, I think. And yeah, it's cracking my top 5 here, man. Petty's got a lot of tunes, man. It's where that placement's going to be. There's that vibe, that heavier side, man. You got another thing coming, man. A very early 45 in my life. And I'm so happy I delivered the newspapers to get that at the time. So that's it's still with me now, man. It's just a heavier song, still a rock song, right down to it. I'd say the same thing at the next one. Run to the Hills, man, from Iron Maiden is still a heavier rock song. Again, maybe a little darker on the lyrics and, not saying the nicest things, but Run to the Hills, it's a great song, man, from Maiden. Empty Garden, one of the saddest songs you'll hear. It's still probably one of the best songs from Elton in a lot of senses, man. That's my thinking. And always liked it, always have, always will. The story about Elton, Lennon behind it and the Empty Garden. It's Hey Hey Johnny, man. It's a great tune. Evidence Front, as we just said, October 9th, 1982, man. That's my first concert to this tour with this band. Had a lot of love for them before. Have a lot of love for them after. Evidence Front, man. Just a catchy, just a fantastic Who tune, man. And that's my top one for 82 for me.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of my favorites are sprinkled among yours as well.
Are they?
Yeah. Some things there for sure.
I got
So
several on
do you
top
prefer the Live After Death version of Number of the Beast, or do you prefer the one on the self-titled?
No, the one that's self-titled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just curious. Always curious about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
In our house, I think that would be like the one song that's a ska song that maybe all of us might have. Outside of that, other than the Dropkick Murphys, does anybody else know any other ska songs?
They're not flying on there, man.
Well,
That video was all over.
It was classic, yeah.
I mean, everywhere you look, that was on. That
Sure
and
was.
Whip It,
Whip It, too. Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
let's go to our next individual, and that would be Brian. Here we go.
There we go. Well, I have Thriller 2 here, Doc.
Sure.
I got to give it its props for sure. Yeah. And it's nice. About a 14 or 15 minute music video. that they'd have to section off a whole slot on MTV just to play it. I've got Senses Working Overtime from English Settlement, an album that I really didn't pay attention to until Glenn Calloway actually got me to listen to it during an album exchange, and I gave it another listen, and I actually was a big fan of this album. I think like the first 6 songs on the album I think are all bangers, and this is amongst them. So Alan Parsons Project, obviously the man most known for producing some of the best hit records of all time, going on his one of his other solo projects here. Eye in the Sky was just overplayed like crazy back in the early 80s for sure. I think it was just a little too long. They always had to chop the song when they played it on the radio. It was like 4.5, 5 minutes long. I got Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs. That's a band that I've recently have bought all their albums and kind of gotten into them recently. And this is probably my favorite song by them. From Lexicon of Love, ABC's The Look of Love, another one of those new, quasi new wave songs that was played, a lot during the early 80s for sure. Big fan of that whole album, actually. Michael McDonald making an appearance here with I Keep Forgetting. At least it's not Yamo B there. That would be a terrible choice. But I like this one. I had a 45 of this, and Michael McDonald definitely has one of those voices that kind of resonate with you a little bit. Jack and Diane, Doc, you and I have it. It feels like in a similar position here, right up there. Little Red Corvette from Prince, obviously 1999, I think is just as strong as an album as Thriller is. And I think Prince is a very underrated artist as far as talent goes. I think more and more people are appreciating him as time goes on. The song that should not have been on Toto's album, but ended up on there, maybe their biggest hit ever, Africa. Just a song that does not fit any melodic structure that's traditional from that era. Time signature is just really obscure, very interesting use of instrumentation. A song that should not work in the early 80s, and yet somehow or another it just does. I've got Der Kommissar from Falco and After the Fire, which was the band that he was a member of as well. Very new wave-ish kind of song that was played quite a bit on the radio. Again, I have Prince here, Delirious at number 15. You'll see that maybe a few more instances of him crop up here. We were just talking about Imperial Bedroom. This is my favorite song off of that album, Beyond Belief by Elvis Costello. Doc, You Got Lucky as well from Tom Petty. Really great tune from him. I'm sure we'll be covering a lot of Tom as we move through the 80s. Rich should be happy. I've got a little bit of Bob Seger here at number 12, Shame on the Moon. And Doc, that was your number 1, Eminence Front. Just does barely not make my top 10, but I do give it some love here at number 11. One of the most iconic little rhythms in introduction to a song, and then you immediately know that it's The Who. So it's really great. So on to the top 10. Here's where I get a little obscure here, guys. My top 10, I've got Rock the Casbah from The Clash, from Combat Rock. I know a lot of people don't give this album a lot of love because it doesn't really fall with what they would consider traditionally good Clash tunes, but I don't know. I like Combat Rock. There's several tunes on there that I really like, and I think this is just a fun song, and it's meant to be that way. Then you got the bass-driven Billie Jean at number 9 by Michael Jackson here. Just a classic tune that's been covered, multiple times. Most notably, I think my favorite covers is by Chris Cornell, R.I.P. to him. He did a really interesting cover of it as well, back on his solo album. I got Donald Fagen here, his solo album, IGY, What a Beautiful World. The whole album still has a very Steely Dan type feel to it in a lot of ways. But I think it's a solid album. It's kind of underrated, and I always recommend it to people whenever I get a chance. Nebraska, obviously from the album of the same name. This is actually I actually prefer this album over The River. I'm sorry, Rich. For some reason, I'm just not into The River that much, but was really into this conceptual nature of this album. So I wanted to give Nebraska a little bit of love here. Peter Gabriel's Shock the Monkey kind of fit the new wave motif that was kind of going through the 80s here. Peter just found a way to survive it. Dirty Laundry here from Don Henley. I think I remember this getting a little bit of a resurgence for the movie To Die For with Nicole Kidman. I think this was used as the trailer song for that, and I just always picture Nicole Kidman dancing in that pretty little blue dress or something that is in front of there. I just can't really shake it out of my head. Number 4 is 1999 from Prince. So I've got 3 songs from the album of the same name. I remember seeing this song played to death on Soul Train with Mr. Don Cornelius introducing it all the time. Just a classic Prince tune in a lot of ways. The Message from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, early rap tune that one of the first that really get into the top 40 as far as breaking onto the charts, and it's really got a really great message to it. Wonderful tune. Twilight Zone, I've got a little higher here than you do, Doc. I really enjoy the song quite a bit. I probably would like a few more tunes from Golden Earring than you do. I really kind of enjoy the fact that it's kind of the solo as a bass solo song. It's kind of interesting that it's something completely different there, and really enjoy it. I like the extended version too. It's a 7-minute version. It's much better to me. And then I've got Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac. I think it's Stevie Nicks' best vocal performance of her career, talking about the Velvet Underground and how she likes to go back to the simpler times in her life before she got rich and famous, because, you know, once you let that genie out of the bottle, there's no putting that genie back. So that's my list, buddies.
That's awesome. A Brian list, man.
It's all over the place.
Oh yeah,
lots of Prince, 3 Prince tunes in there. Very cool.
Yeah. Very.
Wow.
And I loved seeing Seeger. Loved seeing Bruce a couple times. Right?
Yeah.
But Michael McDonald's the one. I didn't think you were a yacht rock guy, but I like that song too.
I do. I like the song. So.
Very cool. And Alan Parsons' project's definitely underrated. Some of the songs like Eye in the Sky and the I, Robot album in particular. Very cool.
Yeah, I, Robot album is really good. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see why he excels as a producer, because he's mixing and all that kind of stuff. It's excellent. All right. Let's go to Randy. Here we go.
Well, kind of surprised probably with this one. I was kind of out on an island for a lot of my picks here, but I do have some that work for everyone. But my 25, I'm not a big heavy metal guy, but I did win this album, Number of the Beast, from Aaron Mutha Alamir in a contest. And this is a song that really stuck with me, Hallowed Be Thy Name, which I really thought was good.
Very cool.
And I got I Confess by the English Beat, which is kind of a ska influence group. Great piano line in this one about cheating. Then you got the epic track Telegraph Road, I guess, by Dire Straits, named after, I guess, a stretch of highway in Michigan. Then here's a Springsteen song I have, Used Cars, Bruce Springsteen. It's just kind of a one about disillusionment, and he doesn't like being poor, and that his parents are all excited about having a new used car. And it's like, he's never going to drive one of those. He's going to get a new car. So 21. I was surprised nobody had Marshall Crenshaw in there, but great power pop at its finest. Cynical Girl, one of the best debuts, I think. And remember 20, Brian had this, Look of Love, ABC, great Sophistopop. Just, I could have picked any song from this album because it's just a great album. 19, I've got from Pete Townsend, Slit Skirts, just a great album closer. These little short guitar solos by Townsend. That's really cool. 18, I've got Athena by The Who. This has some of Townsend's most inventive lyrics, I think, on this one. 17, I've got Scatterlings of Africa by Jaluka, which Jaluka means sweat in Zulu. And it's headed by Johnny Clegg, and it's kind of some African rhythms, you know, a few years before Paul Simon did it with Graceland, although they were from South Africa. 16, I've got More Than This, Roxy Music, kind of lush and elegant with this rich Brian Ferry vocal. 15, I've got Atlantic City. This is the Springsteen song that I have on this. It's a great one that also with a full band arrangement, it worked as well, where a lot of the other songs didn't, but I thought this one did. 14 off Imperial Bedroom. I have Kid About It here. I saw Elvis Costello do this on David Letterman, where he changed the whole arrangement around, but I like both versions. I like the one he did there. And this was the tour I saw him on, the Imperial Bedroom tour. And it's probably my favorite song off that album is Kid About It. 13, Brian mentioned that since I was working overtime, XTC, it's probably my favorite XTC song. 12, I got, my guy, Graham Parker. I got Temporary Beauty here. How this wasn't a big breakthrough hit for him, I don't know, because it's catchy as hell. And then 11, I've got Straight to Hell by The Clash from that album. It's got some real venom in it, which I always like on this song.
Right.
Top 10.
There we
I
go.
got another Marshall Crenshaw song, Someday, Some Way, just a classic debut. So catchy. All these songs will kind of stay with you on that album. 9, of course, if Van Morrison has a good song that year, it's going to make this probably. Cleaning Windows, kind of soulful, autobiographical song with some great sax by Pee Wee Ellis and Mark Knopfler's on guitar. And I guess when he was younger, he was a window cleaner. 8, they got The Envoy, Warren Zevon, title track from what's probably Warren's most rocking album. And who else could do a rock song about a diplomat? 7, I've got The Bitterest Pill I Ever Had to Swallow by The Jam. Paul Weller's most soulful song by The Jam. I mean, he would later kind of explore that with Style Council and his own solo work. And both of you mentioned this already. I got Twilight Zone at 6. Just a great MTV hit, too. It was on MTV all the time as well. 5, I've got Eminence Front here by The Who, and both of you talked about that one as well. 4, I've got Little Red Corvette, Prince here. Great car song that's not about cars at all.
Good one.
I think you both had this. I got 3. I got Roll Me Away, Bob Seger, just a great road trip song. 2, I've got End of the Party by the English Beat, off my favorite English Beat album, which is Special Beat Service. Now, in the U.S., they're called the English Beat because there was a Paul Collins power pop group called The Beat. But yeah, just a great ballad with this great melancholic vocal by Dave Wakeling. And my number 1 is Avalon, Roxy Music, kind of art rock meets Steely Dan, which I do love. And I think it's one of the best sounding songs.
Nice.
I need to apologize, Randy. I really do. Because I had Avalon definitely on my list. And I don't know why it's not on my I had it in my top 25 before. So more than this probably would have made my top 50, but Avalon was definitely a top 25. Yeah.
I was surprised it didn't get more love from you guys, but
Not me. That's Russian going to the cottage, man. I had to get the list in.
Yeah, oversight.
I was thinking about something cold.
The cottage came into play, no question.
Frothy.
And Randy has his usual staples: The Who, Zevon,
Morrison,
Van Morrison,
And
Graham Parker. Graham Parker's, that's his best song ever in my book. And Marshall Crenshaw's debut. All right, let's cut to Chase. And
Go for
Richards.
all right, I'm going to kick it off with Somebody's Baby, Jackson Browne, catchy pop song featured in the film Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Little shout out to Phoebe Cates and Jennifer Jason Leigh on that one. 24 is Africa. Brian had that on his list, the Grammy-winning album Toto 4. Really shocked everybody. It took him a fistful of Grammys that year. 23 is the new wave band Modern English with I Melt With You.
Nice.
Featured in the film Valley Girl starring my boy Nick Cage. That just shows you there's no precedent.
Right.
22 and 21, I have a double bill of Crosby, Stills, and Nash off the Daylight Again album with Wasted on the Way and Southern Cross. Set Wasted on the Way, written by Graham Nash and sung by Graham Nash, and of course Southern Cross of Stephen Stills project. Very good tunes in 1982. Number 20, Doc was right. I have to have George Thorogood somewhere if he has a decent song, and this is it, Bad to the Bone. Kind of a signature song for him, title track off that album. 19, even I have The Twilight Zone by Golden Earring. I think all of us had it.
Yeah.
And I'm with Doc more or less with two good songs, Radar Love and Twilight Zone. But Dutch band, I know our buddy Steve, A is for Alice and B is for Bob. That's one of his favorite bands, Golden Earring. So shout out to Steve.
Definitely.
Eminence Front, 18, The Who. The high point of the album, It's Hard for Me. Had to put it on there. 17, I like my Southern rock once in a while. I have a 38 Special. This is more a poppy tune, catchy as hell. Caught Up in You. Guitarist Don Barnes takes the lead vocal on this instead of Donnie Van Zant, Ronnie Van Zant's brother. 16 and 15, the Billy Joel double feature, Allentown and Goodnight Saigon, off of Nylon Curtain album. Very topical issues from Billy Joel here, some serious stuff. Allentown's more about the steel, the blue collar stuff with the shutdown of the steel industry. And you got Goodnight Saigon, a tribute to homage to the Vietnam vets of the era. 14, Roll Me Away. Whoop, I don't mean to go that far, but Roll Me Away is a good tune here by Mr. Bob Seger, who I always try and include if he puts an album out. 13 is Atlantic City. I got a trifecta here. Now I have Atlantic City and Nebraska, and Highway Patrolman. That's right, Springsteen. I didn't mean Journey to be in there.
Yeah, I was wondering how that
that's
cover was going to sound.
Yeah, I want to hear Journey's version, man. Steve Perry's got the voice.
Very.
typographical error. That's a triple header. I think those are the three best songs off of the Nebraska album, and there's so little to choose from. I had to put them all bunched up. I love Highway Patrolman. Story of two brothers. One's a cop, one's a criminal, and it's just the storytelling is number one. Bruce recorded most of that album in his bedroom, away from the E Street Band, and then patched it together in the studio later on. Fantastic album. Number 10 is Rock the Casbah. We've heard from that. Combat Rock. Number 9 is Hurt So Good by John Mellencamp. And 8, Jack and Diane. Both of those off American Fool, kind of heartland, roots rock and roll. Dirty Laundry is number 7 from Don Henley.
Nice.
That was mentioned before also. Henley and some balls about the sensationalist media that still goes on today. Just awesome poetry put to music there. 1999 and Little Red Corvette, 6 and 5. You got to honor Prince. This is his heyday for me in this era. So both of those songs are classic Prince, and they deserve to be on my list. You got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at 4 with You Got Lucky off the Long After Dark album. There you go, Randy. Terry Beauty, Graham Parker, number 3.
All right.
Unbelievably good song. Great video with the ice sculptures, and the lyricism is first rate, and it should have been a bigger hit. 2, there you go, Brian. Gypsy, Fleetwood Mac. Love Stevie Nicks' vocal on this. It's the best song on the Mirage album. And number 1, Doc, look out. Empty Garden. Hey, John, a tribute to his late friend, John Lennon. That's my favorite song of the year. I couldn't get around it. So there it is.
Nice.
Great list.
I like the list.
So do I.
Surprised me with the Clash selection there, Rich.
Yeah, and you had another one too.
Sometimes I go out of my lane, not often, but
Nice.
that time I did. Even
Nice.
Golden Earring is not my sweet spot, but I like that song.
It's a good tune.
You
Yeah.
had Modern English too. Yeah.
Modern English, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
Crunch the number.
crunch some numbers. All right, here we go with the final tabulation and see where we stand with the
See where we're at.
Eminence Front.
Eminence.
Takes
Ooh, again.
a 2-point victory over Twilight Zone of all songs. Look at that, 1-2.
Wow.
Tremendous. Then you have a drop off. Petty and Prince tied with 22 points. Elton and Fleetwood coming in at the 20-point mark. And there we go with some Seeger, more Prince. All the big
Nice.
songs that we mentioned.
The Clash made the top 10.
Clash makes the top 10. Billy Joel, Mellencamp, Michael Jackson. A lot of the big names from that year.
Right.
As we go down, there's Avalon. It probably would have had more steam, but Randy was
It
the only
would've.
one that had it.
Yeah, it would have for sure.
Doc would have had a weekend off and not at the cottage. It would have definitely been more.
What can I tell you? Yeah.
That's all right. You got Judas Priest, Pagan, Marshall Crenshaw. What are these? XTC, English Beat. There's Scorpions. I like that. I had that also, Doc, but I had it at 33. No One Like You. Great song. White Wedding, Billy Idol. Had 3 people
Sure.
pulling for it, but in the 40s. Didn't get enough. There's More Than This. I actually had that number 50 by Roxy Music.
Hey,
It's got a great 80s sound. It really
does.
does.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
does. You can't take it away from it. I like Athena too. That made the list. Our House. You guys 2 had it. There's Used Cars. Randy, I had it also at 27. Love it. Brian had Somebody's Baby. Way to go at 42. Sexual Healing. Marvin and Gaye. Randy and I each had it. There's
Yeah.
Man. Hall & Oates just outside the top 25 there. New World Man had a couple of
Right on.
Yeah, I had it for you, Doc.
Right on, buddy.
There's a couple Elvis songs, Kid About It, and Beyond Belief. What else is down here? In the Sky. There's Johnny 99, another song off Nebraska that I like.
Yep.
Oh, Pretty Woman, the cover of a Roy Orbison tune made Doc's list by Van Halen. Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash, also on Doc's list. Good. Culture Club, that's an 80s iconic band with Boy
Yeah,
George.
we remember it from the Wedding Singer where
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy kept singing the same song over and over again.
There's Electric Avenue showing up. Wall of Death by Richard and Linda
Oh, Jeff
Thompson.
Richard and Lynn Thompson.
Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. Town
Oh,
Crier.
you guys didn't
talked
have
about that
Atomic
off-
Dog with me? Ah,
Well, you guys didn't have April
Where-
1.
Oh, there it is. Atomic Dog. Got to give that a shout out. George Clinton. April 1, Canadian band. Doc, way to go.
You got it.
Valerie by Winwood.
I had a George Thorogood song on there, but I think he has a great cover of that Bob Dylan tune.
What
What
a
it
man.
man? Yep. Very good. You dropped a bomb on me by the Gap Band. They're in there.
I have that album. I thought about it. Actually.
Yep. Here's some Huey Lewis from Doc. Do You
Sure.
Believe in Love?
That's an 80s tune.
Gloria by the late Laura Branigan. She was a hottie in her day. Heat of the Moment by Asia, sort of a super group put together. There's
Hold
Nick
Me. Don't you
Moore.
remember how many times they played Hold Me music video on MTV?
Oh yeah, I
It
like
was
Hold.
just crazy.
I like that song. I just
Yeah.
didn't make my top 50 this time. Hungry Like the Wolf. That was played more than anything. For Christ's
Yeah.
sake. I mean,
Sure.
I was counting on
And-
Doc to have some more Pete Townsend on there for me.
No, that's
There you go.
They never hit, man. What can I tell you?
There's some Aerosmith, Doc. Jailbait.
I do.
I had to call you at the cottage for that one.
Yeah. Who sings that song?
Out of my element. I had to put my Boys America in there, their last hit. Steve Miller made the cut with 1 vote. I love Carla Bonoff. That was a pop hit for her. Also Scandal with Patti Smythe on lead vocal. I had to give her a little shout out. And Simple Minds and Men Without Hats.
I gave it the
Doc
50,
had
man.
the safety dance in there.
Safety
Gave it the
Dance.
50.
That music video was awful. That was awful.
You only made my list because deep down he's a Pink Floyd fan.
Anyway, that will wrap it up. So Eminence, not the first Who song that won our poll.
No.
They've had a few winners along the way.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. Anyway, another fun year, 1982. Thanks, guys, for jumping on this series. It's been a blast so far. Please leave some comments out there if you like the material. We love to hear your at least top 10 list or favorite song of the year.
Yeah.
Give us something to hold on to. Man, God, this is hard work out here. We We enjoy doing it. We like to conjecture. If you think artists are brutal, tell us so. If you love them,
Oh yeah.
tell us that too. Anyway, we'll be back with 1983 shortly. Appreciate everybody watching. So for Brian and Doc and Randy, this is Rich. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Later.